Welcome to Baxter Yoga. I'm here at the Oakland Yoga Studio today. Please come check out the studio the next time you're in town. Also, please check out my website where you can order my book, Yoga for Healthy Aging, as well as the Yoga for Healthy Aging t-shirts. You can also find great information about upcoming workshops, retreats, and international travel. 2020, we're taking a group to Morocco. You want to check that out, coming up in October. If you're looking for longer practices, please check out the practice channel on the website yogauonline.com. So today I'm excited to share with you a follow-up version of supported bridge pose. We used a block previously, and in that first variation that I showed you, we took one leg out at a time to help increase the length across the front of the hip joint with a variety of muscles and tissues in that area. Today we're going to take it a step further, and I'm going to invite you to try taking both legs out. Because this puts the lower back into sometimes the feeling at least of a deeper back bend, you'll want to start low and gradually work to the higher height over time. I'm going to show you each level for a couple of breaths, but in my home practice I would get into this and probably stay for a minute or two, or I'd work up to that level if it felt okay. So you'll just need a block. If you need padding, you can have a blanket out, but I'm not going to use one today. And we're going to start by coming down into constructive rest with our block off to one side. So let's do that now. As you come down, start in constructive rest, knees bent, feet on the floor, and then we're going to take the block and we're going to come into a regular low bridge by lifting the hips up and pushing the knees forward a little bit, and then take the block on its lowest height and place it crosswise underneath the back of the pelvis. Once you're here, widen the upper chest, let the arms tuck under a little bit, and then take one leg out and see how that feels for that first leg. Also check in with your lower back, and then take the other leg out. So both legs are out, and instead of the legs being floppy or rolled out, I'm turning my thighs in slightly, pointing the toes towards the sky, and sliding my heels away from the block. So the legs are active, the chest is lifted. You could add in the reach of the arms up and overhead. We did that on the previous video with just one arm overhead, but you could take both arms up and overhead to get even more lengthening and stretch feeling through the front surface of the body. As I said, we're only going to stay for a couple breaths today because I want to show you all three variations, but you get the general idea. You could pause the video here and stay for 6 to 12 to 14 breaths, getting closer and closer to a minute, or just stay for a couple breaths. So I'm going to bring my arms down. I'm going to go ahead and bend my knees and lift the hips up so I can turn the block to the second height. This will require more flexibility in my front hips and more arching ability in the lower back, so it's not going to be right for everyone. I want to make sure my block isn't too high or low, so I might eventually have to adjust it, and then I take one leg at a time out. And again, lift and open the chest, energize the legs, keeping the toes pointing up towards the sky, and either arms at your sides, actively pressing into the floor, or arms reaching up and overhead for the wall behind you. So again, you have the choice of how long to stay. If you felt crampy in the lower back, and obviously come out if that happened. To come out, we would bend the knees, lift up, and remove the block, but I'm going to show you one more possibility. That's lifting the hips up much higher, placing the block on the sacrum bone, not the tailbone, not the lower back bones, adjusting the arms, carefully taking the legs out. And you may find, of course, at this higher height that you feel a lot more stretch sensation. You also want to make sure the lower back feels fine here. Arms can stay at your side, or the arms can come up and overhead behind. Again, you'll stay for anywhere from 3 to 6 to 12, even longer times, depending on how that feels for you. And to come out, the knees bend, the hips lift up, and buttocks comes down. It's nice when you finally make it down to let your knees just rock a little bit side to side to release any tension in the hips. Finally, to come up and out of all the way, you're going to roll to one side, come up to sitting, and then just take a moment as you come back up into the upright position to notice the effects of that partial inversion. Bridge pose is a partial inversion, but also with the legs stretched out, it becomes much more of an active static pose where we're not moving dynamically because of the increased tension on the frontal superficial myofascial plane of the body, all the way from the top of the feet right up to the base of the throat. So there you have it, supported bridge with both legs extended out. Try that this week in your home practice. See what you think. Don't forget, you can continue to follow me, please, on Facebook and YouTube at Baxter Yoga. And until the next time, have a great week. Namaste.